Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. The support, as always, is much appreciated. So, I came across this interesting article on MSN, right? And it is an article that is speaking about, our star baller, the poster boy of the Reggae Boyz, so to speak, Leon Bailey, right? The main reason why I want to talk a bit about what this article is saying is because this is not the first time, this topic has, come up, right? I have seen quite a number of articles ever since Leon Bailey moved to Aston Villa asking this particular question: where will the player play? Right? So this is not the first that is coming up. So I have, and when I saw the article, I decided to address it. Right? The issue is surrounding that. The issue is surrounding the fact that Dean Smith's preferred formation seems to be a 3-5-2. Right? So the question is now, where does Leon Bailey fit into all of that? Because if you notice the times that we have seen Leon play, it's been substitute appearances, and he has either played as a wing back, or even when he does play as a winger, there is a change in the formation, right? Even when he makes a substitute appearance and come on as a winger, we have seen where there was a change in the formation. The last game against Arsenal, Dean Smith took off a centre-back to Anzebi, right, and put Leon on, right? So that is the question. If Leon Bailey is going to be a starter in or at Aston Villa, right, where will he play? And a number of people, I've seen a number of commentators and a number of articles speak on this since Leon Bailey has moved to Aston Villa. Now, let's get to the article a bit. There's question marks. Midlands Journal drops Aston Villa FC claim involving Dean Smith and Leon Bailey, right? There are question marks over Leon Bailey's future as he does not fit into Aston Villa boss Dean Smith's preferred system, according to Express and Star journalist Luke Hatfield. Now, Luke Hatfield, the research I did on him, he seems to be a credible journalist, and he is a journalist for a credible platform, Express and Star, right, that reports the latest news and sports across the West Midlands and Staffordshire region in England, right? Credible journalist, credible platform. Now, the article goes on to say Bailey only made the move to Villa Park less than 3 months ago, when the club forked out £25 million to sign the winger from Bundesliga side Bayer Leverkusen. What's the latest news involving Bailey? The start to Bailey's Villa career has not gone to plan, as he has suffered an injury while scoring his first goal for the club in a 3-0 victory over Everton. Right, and they speak a little bit about that, right? And then they go on to say that, but despite his big money move, the winger is still waiting for his first start in the Claret and Blue. Before we get into it, remember I had said on a number of occasions on my platform that the only reason why I am against a 3-5-2 is that I don't see where Leon Bailey would fit into a 3-5-2, right? I just don't see it, because the width is provided by wingbacks, right? And obviously, I don't think any of us Jamaican fans want to see Leon Bailey playing as a wingback, even though he's very capable of doing so, right? What has Luke Hatfield said about Bailey? Hatfield believes Villa are failing to play to Bailey's strengths. So Hatfield believes Villa are failing to play to Bailey's strengths, which has resulted in the Jamaica international finding it difficult to break into his new employer's starting lineup when fit. I disagree with this. I disagree with this because when a player returns from injury, right, you're not just gonna throw the player into the starting lineup all of a sudden. Right, it's gonna take time. You have to, ease him into things, so to speak. So I don't think this is the reason why Bailey has not started. Although, it is a reasonable conclusion to arrive at as well. I just respectfully disagree. Right? Smith has regularly opted to deploy a 3-5-2 formation this season, meaning the width has been provided by wingbacks rather than more attacking-minded players such as Bailey. Hatfield claims it has left question marks as to where Bailey fits into Smith's plans. And as I said, there have been a number of reports coming out of Birmingham and England, right? And a number of articles that have come out of Birmingham and the UK, basically asking the question, where will Bailey fit into Dean Smith's plans? Hatfield claimed it has left question marks as to where Bailey fits into Smith's plans. So there you go, question marks in the UK as to where Bailey will, where exactly does he fit in the formation. The journalist told Give Me Sport, Leon Bailey is a winger, and when you are playing 3-5-2, how do you manage to get a winger in there when you have got your wingbacks already providing the width? There's question marks over that. In that case, why did Villa buy Bailey? Bailey's arrival was confirmed a matter of days before Villa talisman Jack Grealish's £100 million move to Manchester City smashed the British transfer record. After the deal had been concluded, Smith described Bailey as a hugely exciting young striker, and this is in quotes, so that is very interesting that Dean Smith described him as a hugely exciting young striker, not a winger, not a wing forward, and earmarked his pace and creativity as his greatest assets. Bailey has found the back of the net 55 times and registered a further 49 assists in 237 appearances at club level, meaning he is more than capable of delivering the goods in the final third of the pitch as long as he is given opportunities in his preferred wide role. He has also impressed on the international stage, with him winning 10 caps since making his debut in 2019. I think that aspect of it is highly debatable, right? Highly debatable. Many Jamaicans don't think that his impact has been so great for the national team, right? But, I just found this article very interesting because it would really be interesting to see where exactly does Leon Bailey fit, right, into Aston Villa's plans. Look, I am sure that he has to fit somewhere, right? There is no, first of all, Villa fans love Bailey. Villa fans love Bailey. He's an instant hit, right? Instant hit. There is no way Aston Villa would take up that amount of money and spend on a player if they did not have plans for the player, right? Reports vary. Some say £25 million, some say £30 million, right? When you put that in the context of Buendia at £35 million being Villa's most expensive signing, you catch the drift. Villa paid, within the Villa context, Villa paid a lot of money for Leon Bailey, right? So Dean Smith has to have plans for the player, no doubt about it. I must say this though, if the plans are to play him in a front two, which he has not done as yet, right? Dean Smith has not done so as yet. But if the plans are to play him in a front two, honestly, I would love to see how that works, right? If Bailey fits into a front two, and could thrive in that role, I think it would be better for him, right? Why? I think stats are very important for attacking players, right? Stats very important. It helps to generate interest in the player, and it helps to basically up the player's profile. Now, in a front two, in my humble opinion, you're more likely, if you can play in a front two, you're more likely to have higher stats than if you were deployed out wide, right? So I would love to see Bailey give it a try in a front two. I think he has done it like once or twice, right? But not much, right? But I would love to see how he looks at that level doing that. And if he can pull it off, we see what Demarai Gray is doing for Everton and how good he looks, right? We have seen him in a front two for Everton this season, right? And he has played attacking mid as well, but he has played in a front two as well, and the player looks really good. Can Bailey do a similar sort of job for Aston Villa? Who knows? But the big question would be, who would Bailey start over then if Dean Smith really sees him as a striker, right? Who will he start over, right? Will it be Watkins? Will it be Ings? That's another question to be asked. Both players have Premier League goal scoring pedigree, right? We saw what Watkins did last season, the amount of goals he scored for Villa last season, and we all know what the Ings, right? We all know about his, goal scoring exploits in the Premier League, right? So that would be a challenge for Bailey to play, to get in ahead of those two players. It would be interesting to see if Dean Smith sees him as a striker, how that will work. Also, there's a possibility he could play him as the attacking midfield, right? The attacking midfielder, right, where Buendia is currently playing, right? Will he play Bailey over Buendia? And then there's also Jacob Ramsey that, Villa, Dean Smith, and Bailey have to be, mindful of as well if Dean Smith decides to play him in an attacking midfield role, right? Then there's also the possibility he could play him as a wing back. I personally don't want to see Bailey playing as a wing back. I am sorry, right? And then there's also the possibility that Dean Smith could potentially lean away from the 3-5-2, given the fact that, Bailey is such a very important player for Aston Villa, and he is a player that the fans really, really, really seem to like. You hear them in the stands chanting and calling for Bailey to be substituted and come onto the pitch. So one would think that it would be very important for Aston Villa, right, to facilitate Bailey having an important setup in the Aston Villa team. So it would be very, very, very interesting, right, to see how Leon Bailey fits into Dean Smith's plans going forward. Common sense tells us there must be a very important role for Bailey at Villa. Common sense also tells us that it can't be that they brought Leon Bailey to Aston Villa simply to use him as an impact sub, right? I refuse to believe that. So guys, that's my 2 cents. Take care, stay safe, and until next time.